All right, boys and girls, it's time to get your aprons ready because we're about to serve up some pans. Hi, and welcome to Red Evony. I am Akayasha, but for today, you can call me Chef Aka. Okay, I know how most of you probably already feel about pans, but since Evony has now told us in so many words that pans are here to stay, I've put together a few tips to make it easier for you to deal with those pans. Now, some of these tips might seem obvious to some of you, but on a whole, I hope it helps. Before we carry on, a quick word for the Amazon App Store. If you use the link down in the description of this video, you'll be taken to the Evony landing page for the Amazon App Store. Here, amongst other things, you'll be able to download the App Store and see any other offers and discounts that are currently running for Evony. Using the link also helps out the channel, which is of course greatly appreciated. Okay, to get you on your way to start frying up those pans, the first thing that you need sorted out is your general. You need your mounted general, your range general, your ground general, everyone suited up and ready to go. The next important thing that you need sorted out is your assistant general. I'm going to go out on a limb and make an assumption that you already have an assistant that you are running with your mounted general to kill bosses. So, what you would need to sort out are the assistants for your range general and for your ground general. Now, most likely, you have assistants for those marches that you have already set up. However, those assistants are likely set up for PvP. What you need are assistant generals for your ground march and for your range march that are set up to kill bosses. This might be difficult to do with the assistants that you already have, so you will need new assistants that you will use for killing bosses. If you have copies of the current assistants that you're already using, then those will work perfectly fine. If you don't, but you have generals in your inventory that you could open up and would work, then that will be perfectly fine as well. If you strike out on both of those counts, then it's off to the tavern for you to go and get yourself some new generals. Decent generals that you could pick up in the tavern for your ranged march would be generals like Nar, Guangetto, Li Shimin, to name a few. For your ground march, you'll be looking at generals like Trajan and Yue Fei. The important thing here is to make sure that whatever general that you pick is compatible with your main general and the books that you have already on your main general. Once that's done, then you can proceed with using them as an assistant. So, let's say you've picked your assistants now. The next thing would be to book the assistant. For the skill books that you want to put on the assistant, you want to prioritize the monster attack books and the monster HP books. Once you have those two, then you can do the monster defense book, or you can have any other relevant book that you don't already have on your main general. Something like March Size. To get those books, you might have to open up some of the skill book chests that you already have in your inventory, like these, or you will need to come over to the academy, come to the skill book shop, and look for those books here. Of course, in this situation, it would cost you gems to get those books. But once you've gotten the books and your assistant is fully taken care of, then you're pretty much good to go. The next thing that you need to do is to make sure that you're set up correctly to kill those pans. The first thing that you're going to want to do is to come over here and come to your blazons. What you want to have here is a preset that is set fully on the attacking option for the blazons, so that you can get the marching set attributes for that troop type. You would want to do this for your ground blazons and for your range blazons. If you don't have these presets set up yet, but you have enough blazons to do it, then you can set them up. If you don't worry about it. When you get enough blazons, just get this sorted out. The next thing that you're going to want to do before you start killing pans is, of course, to make sure that your monarch presets are set for the troop type that you're using. So, if you're killing with ground troops, then make sure that your ground monarch presets are set. If you're killing with ranged troops, same thing, make sure that it's on before you go and start killing pans. Once you have those ready, then you're good to head out and start killing yourself some pans. And of course, when you're killing pans, remember that you are not killing them in PvP style. You're killing them in the same way that you do when you're hunting bosses, which means one troop tier. You want to take your best troop tier, whether that's T13 or T14, load it up as much as you can, and go with that. Remember that if you mix tiers, it will increase the wounded that you get. Now, these tips should significantly help you reduce the wounded that you get on pans, but hang on, because I've got a bonus tip for you. One major issue with setting up to kill pans is that, unfortunately, the marches are not set up for double drops. Now, that might be something that is important to you. It might not be. But if you're concerned about your double drops, here is something that you can do. When you are considering getting assistance for your marches, consider getting bay bars. Bay bars will give you a 25% double drop. It might not seem like much, but over time, it will help. And you can get 2 copies of him. You can get one for your ground general and one for your range general. And you book them in the same way that we talked about already for the assistants. So you focus on the monster attack and HP books, and you can add either the monster defense book or march size, depending on what you already have on your main general. Granted, this will not be as good as using a general that has buffs and their main skill, but if double drop is something that is important to you, then this is a way you can go. Alternatively, you can get 1 bay bars and use him for your 2 marches. That's for your ground march and for your range march. You book him with the monster HP book for range, the monster HP book for ground, and something like march size. And you will use him for your 2 marches. That's another way that you can go as well. I hope you found the tips helpful, and if you did, it would be great if you can give the video a like. Thank you very much. Aka signing out.